for the serious gamer.
Hey, this is Guns for Hire from NextGenTactics. This is our multiplayer novice guide video series, and this is part 6, creating strategies. We're going to show you just some basic tips and what you can do in order to create your own strategies. We show it for search and destroy, but it does apply to other game types as well. Alright, we're going to show you 2 key elements of developing your own strategies. Mind you, there are a lot of things that you can do to create them. These are 2 sort of very basic and critical elements. In the first 2 matches I'm going to show you, which is in one game, I grab the bomb and I just run. I don't normally do what I'm about to do, but for this purpose here, I'm trying to show a point. So I run down there, knowing that there's probably someone in at A. I stop to see if I can snag someone coming down the hill, and pop, I get nailed by a sniper. So I'm just going to pause it right after that kill cam. Those are 2 important elements. Number 1, choose a path and run it. Have sort of an idea, okay, think in your head, before it even starts, I'm going to run to A, I'm going to run to B. Whether you have the bomb or not, doesn't matter. This is going to help you develop and understand how other players react on maps. So I chose the bomb, I said, okay, I'm going to run to A, and I bolted down the hill. I stopped short, which I normally don't do, but for this purpose, as I said, I stopped short in the crate there, and then I try and look to see if I can snag anyone come down the hill. What happened was, obviously, with this particular map, it's very difficult to see because it's kind of dark and dreary, and the rain does not help, especially when you're carrying an SMG. If you don't have thermal or anything like that, you run the risk of exactly what happened to me, which is getting popped in the head by a sniper. And if someone had a thermal, same sort of thing could have happened. Now, I have an SMG, and technically I'm a lot faster than the others. So you need to remember what path you took, where you engaged enemy, or at least where you got killed, which is my case here. Remember that information, because all of those little bits, and every time you die, is a way that you build a strategy. You need to remember how far you could run before you engaged an enemy, so that tells you whether you need to hold short. So if you play that map again, you know what, there's a good chance there could be a sniper up there, and you know to avoid that area, or as I'm going to show you here, I'm going to actually run past the area and not pause. Okay, so we're starting the second round. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to remember what happened. So instead of pausing, I know that there's likely going to be a sniper there. Chances are, if someone gets a kill from a certain spot, they're going to return to that area. Again, keeping in mind, like I thought in the first place, there's going to be someone in there. Be prepared to actually kill someone. This I always love, because it shows that you frustrated someone and they're actually left. Nonetheless, in these moments here, take the time to know the location of your teammates. You see everyone behind you, so, I mean, just remember that. I mean, while it's loading up, take a look at that. I nail another guy in here. Obviously, he knows that his buddy died in there. He's going to be coming after you. Now, I set the claymore. I just want to make a note here quickly, unrelated, and we'll get into strategies later. I should have planted the bomb on the outside because my team is out there. If someone was a sniper, they could protect that from far away. Putting the bomb inside there, it's hard for them to protect it. An enemy player could drop down, defuse it, and a sniper on the outside, because when we switched hosts, I had an opportunity to know that they were there. But we won the round, and that's the very basics of developing your own strategies. Now we're going to go into a second unrelated game. Obviously, it's a different map. In this particular map here, what I'm basically demonstrating is, if you're successful in a certain route. So say you've planned a route and you've actually, you know when the enemies are coming. I mean, here really this is just an early rendition and the other team wasn't really that good. Nonetheless, I grab the bomb and I'm actually successful in planting the bomb because no one, for whatever reason, is not defending B. So I rush in. Normally someone would engage there. Someone would have been in here. I don't know what they were doing. Nonetheless, the whole point of this one is I get in, I'm successful, I plant the bomb. The enemy now knows, although they should have known before, that we rushed B. So chances are the next round, while you're sitting here, I mean, obviously you're not going to think this right away. You're going to be defending. Watch that. Watch where your teammates are. If that guy's going that way, then don't bother looking that way. You know, watch the radar to see if he gets killed. Keep watching the other way. Now, for the second round, don't use the same route. Whether you get the bomb or not, don't use it, because chances are they're either going to all go there, because seemingly the entire team went to A, which seems a little weird, But at least 1 or 2 people are going to come here now. They feel susceptible. That's likely where they're going to be going. So don't rush that way to be. I mean, you can go there, but don't take the same route. Chances are they're going to try and cut you off, so take a different route. And that's the whole point of this. Once you've actually done a route, and if you've seen any of my Call of Duty 4 videos, it looks like I'm using the same route over and over. Those are all separate games. I do not take the same route. If I'm successful in a certain route, you have to take a different one. So now I come around here, and obviously, by my stun grenades, there is someone in there. And you can see that. So now I have to be a little bit careful. I know he's in there. Instead of going in through that door, because it's impossible to find, the easiest in this particular map, and we're not going into great details because it's not the point of it, look for alternate ways of getting in. Just like these 2 doorknobs here. No one's watching the rear. They're both watching forward. That's not good strategy. Again, I get in, I plant the bomb, and we're successful. So that's the whole point of this. Choose different routes. So now I've taken 2 approaches to that area. Again, if the enemy is even half intelligent, they're going to learn from that. That's the whole point. They're going to say, okay, well, now we're susceptible to the front. Maybe someone will choose to block that. Maybe we're susceptible also from the back or the side. So they're going to start watching that. So you want to switch it up. Next round, don't do the same thing. Assume that the enemy is, half intelligent, smarter than a golf ball, and they're going to figure this out. Okay, so choose a different route this time. If you've hammered it twice, even though they're, it's a big guessing game. Where are they going to go? Where, what bomb site are they going to take? They know that they're susceptible to those 2 ways. Regardless as to what map you're on, assume that they're going to make defenses for that. And because their frame of mind is in that, because that's the only thing that's happened so far, their defense sort of thought mentality for this bomb site, the alternate one or an alternate route, is not going to be polished. And that's how you're actually going to gain the jump on people. I mean, granted, you want to create those things, and maybe your strategies will take time as well. Even though those routes we were successful, it's just like the first game that I showed you. Go into that game, perfect it. See how far you can run before you engage the enemy. Know where the enemy likely appears on each map. Remember those areas, and that's how you're going to actually develop that strategy. And now we're going to do the last round. So when you flip, that was offense, all 3 offense, and we won those rounds. When you're on defense, think the exact same thing, because they're going to, even if they had no strategy, if they follow and they're like, wow, that guy got in really easy at B, then B is where you want to go. Go to B, because they may be thinking it's just going to be just as easy for them. But don't anticipate where you came in from. So I put a claymore there to stop him from coming in there. I watch out here because I don't, chances are they're going to come from here. This is my second route that I came in. The first route was covered by the claymore. This is the second route, so I assume that 1 or 2 people are going to come here. If not, I don't see anyone. Then I check the other way. I check all 3 routes that I took, assuming that one of them is going to actually take the same route. Because if I took it, chances are someone else is going to take it. Now, in terms of actual strategies for search and destroy, deathmatch, and more intermediate and advanced strategies, we're going to show you those, okay? We're going to develop them. You can develop your own. There's so many different strategies that you can do. You don't have to follow exactly what we're doing. We're going to actually give you some tips, and maybe they'll inspire you to actually do your own as well. But these basic rules, not really rules, but just tips and stuff, is going to enable you to plant your own... Oh, here we go, the end guy. It's going to be able to allow you to develop your own strategies. All right? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. For more strategies and tactics on Modern Warfare 2, visit NextGenTactics.com. See you out there.